Hello friends, and welcome back to the kitchen. Haven't been doing much posting. I have taken videos here and there, but I have not posted anything. I've been really busy with our one cat Tiger. He sadly passed away last night, so I had a really hard time. My husband actually got home super early today from work. He had an early day. He got home at 11 something, and I literally had not done nothing at all morning, which is not like me. But I was just sitting with Tiger's body for hours, and I'd lost track of time. I've done so much crying, it's not even funny. um, but on top of that, we had no internet today, so I couldn't post anything even if I wanted to, but I did not have the mentality to even mess with any of that. Um, but we couldn't do school today because we had no internet. So my husband had called, and I had lost my phone over the weekend. I had it Friday on Valentine's Day, and then when Tiger all of a sudden became ill out of nowhere, I just misplaced it. I found it today. It was in my Mama Bear tote bag that I normally, like, I don't carry a purse anymore. Ever since I got that tote bag, I just carry that. Um, and it was in there all the way at the bottom, so I had to get that and put it on the charger. But my phone was completely dead, so thank God my husband didn't need me, or I would have never known. So he called our internet provider, because we do not have cable here at our homestead. We do streaming. Um, and that way our children aren't seeing no trash, no filth, and we don't want to see that garbage either. So we would prefer to stream. Um, anyway, he had called our internet provider to see what was going on, and last night, did I vlog last night? No, because he passed away last night. I did vlog yesterday. I didn't know that he was gonna pass away like that. I really had faith and hope that he would be okay. It was just something wrong, but it's been pretty bad. Over the weekend, we got snowed in, so we could not go anywhere. We could not take him to the vet. Um, and that was really, really hard. But we thought, okay, he'll make it until, we can get there Sunday. We had a huge windstorm yesterday. It took down 4 or 5 of our trees, and my husband said when he went on his way to work today, there were trees down everywhere, and that's what happened to our internet. It took everything out, and I'm thankful, I'm extremely grateful to God that all we lost was internet. It sucks that we couldn't do school, but it is what it is. I would rather just have to deal with that. So anyway, today is Monday, February 17th, 2025, and it is Pantry Challenge Day 772 of the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. I remember, I think I recorded lunch yesterday. Pretty sure, yeah, because my husband kept interrupting by calling because he was out at the store. Okay, so I did do some, but it's just been a day. And after just being with Tiger and his little deceased body, I can't take it anymore. I needed to stay busy. I was driving myself crazy. I haven't ate in 3 days. I could not sleep. I did pass out last night just from bawling. My eyes and my whole face was swollen so bad. I'm still swollen, but not as bad. But I just needed to stay busy this afternoon and this evening. So all afternoon, I have been getting caught up on dishes and laundry. I did not wash any dishes this weekend. I did not do any laundry this weekend. That's not normal for me at all. But again, we were dealing with him, and my baby was more important than any of that. So now we are supper prepping. So dishes are done, laundry is done. I have my last load in the dryer. I do have like some rugs and towels that I need to do separately and bleach them. Um, but I can do that tomorrow. Now, tomorrow we have to start homeschool extremely early because my husband and I have an appointment tomorrow at 3 o'clock, which means he talked to his boss and asked if he could come to work an hour early. If, most of y'all, if you're our subscribers and you've been following us, y'all know what time he has to be at work. For anybody who's new, he's got to get up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and be out the door. He's got to start and be at work between like 3 and 4. So it's super early. By the time, you know, 7 o'clock comes, he's done worked a lot of hours. So because he has to get off early tomorrow, because again, we don't live close to anything, so he's got a long drive to work. He works in another state. He doesn't even work in our state. So he's going to work super early, which is why I'm trying to get everything done super early. That way he can eat and go to bed. He's laying down resting now. Plus he's completely exhausted and drained from Tiger passing away. It was the worst thing. We've had animals pass away, obviously. Our goat passed away when did Spike pass away? Was it 2 weeks ago? Stripe, I mean. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I don't know, but Stripe passed away. And then last year, our teenage daughter's cat passed away, Lulu Kitty. And then the year before was Shadow Lynn, and the year before was Sprinkles Lee. So obviously we've dealt with death, but Tiger's was by far the worst. It will haunt me for the rest of my life. It was the saddest thing, and it really messed me up, like really, really bad. I broke down so bad. It was really bad, and I'm not going to talk about it because I don't feel like crying anymore. I've cried more this past weekend than I think I ever have in my entire life, but I just need to stay busy. And we have to go tomorrow to our appointment, and then we have to go to the lumber yard, and we got to pick up wood to make his coffin. Every animal of ours that passes away, we build their coffin, and then we build their cross and bury them in our graveyard. So he's got to go to work super early so he can get off early, because he has to drive all the way home to pick me up for us to go to our appointment. And then after that, we have to stop at the Amish to pick up our order for honey. And we go through a lot of honey here, and I locally source that, so we have to go pick that up, and then the wood and everything else. But I was going to make spaghetti tonight because it's quick and it's easy. I'm personally not in the mood for spaghetti, but my children love spaghetti, and it's just, like I said, it's very easy, and that's what I need. I need something that requires no thinking. You know what I mean? Something that I can just whip up and not have to put any thought into it. But my husband's not feeling good at all. Today was his first day back to work. He had off all week and weekend because he took a week's vacation. So we don't know if, because he had off, his body, how can I explain this? My husband's job, he's built up. He's got one hell of an immune system. He really does. I mean, his immune system is great. He rarely gets sick. And with the job that he has, he needs that. And we don't know if it's because he was off for a little over a week, if that's what made him sick, or from the salt on the road, or breathing in what gets sprayed. You know what I mean? So we don't know. But anywho, he's had a horrible migraine. He feels nauseous, and he's resting. And so I asked our children, I let them all take a vote. What do they want? Do they want spaghetti? Do they want pasta, or my homemade hamburger helper? And they want mommy's homemade hamburger helper, and that's great because I can definitely eat that, and it's not tomato based, so my husband will be able to eat it. I make a béarnaise sauce, and that's what I make it with. But my pasta's already done, so y'all missed that part. I get my huge Pampered Chef stock pot, and I fill this up with, with water, and then I put tons of coarse sea salt in my water, and then I put my ground turmeric in it, and then a little bit of my ground black pepper, because the pepper is to activate the properties within the turmeric. And I bring that to a boil, and then I put my pasta in. And I don't use like elbow macaroni, which is fine. I make my elbow macaroni different than what you would get in like the store. But I like my Salentani pasta. Super hot. See? So, this is done. I need to get the strainer, and I have my beef in the frying pan on low, because I had to switch laundry and go to the bathroom and then wash my hands and everything. And then right in front of y'all, let me put this down, it's hot. Right here in front of y'all, I have my cutting board. I have my sweet snacking peppers and my sweet Spanish onion. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14 of my sweet snacking peppers, and I have red, orange, and yellow. So we're going to get these sliced up, and then once the ground beef gets going, we'll caramelize these. Once I drain this, which is what I'm going to go do now, I got to go grab my strainer, and then I'm just going to, obviously drain my pasta water. We're going to start on my homemade sauce. You want to reserve about 1 to 2 cups of your pasta water. You want that good starchy pasta water, so don't dump it all out. But I'll be right back. That would have been really bad. Oh, your father would kill me. I almost broke my lid. That's not good. Okay. Now that I almost took myself out, this is my strainer. And I love stuff with handles. It makes it so much easier. This is my grate. I put this grate, I'm not going to bring you all over, but I put this grate down in my sink, and then I put this down on top, and then I drain it. Yes, it is another dish to wash. Unlike most of y'all, I don't have a dishwasher. Hi, I'm the human dishwasher. However, I like it this way because if you dump anything in your sink, anything that could be in there can get onto your pasta, and I don't like that. Plus, with having to manually drain my washer and everything, now I have a double farm sink, like double on both sides. Clean it, it's already bleached. However, you can never be too careful, so this is how I do it. Where is Mommy? Ooh. Come on now, let's not start falling apart. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. Okay, here's my pasta water. Now what I do, I stick my measuring cup in my strainer, just like this, okay? And then I take my pot and I start dumping. The water comes first before the pasta. I get this, I put it to the side, and now I can dump my pasta in my strainer. And voila. And I still have a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it, turmeric at the bottom, which is good. Okay, now come in behind y'all. I need my sweet cream butter. I would get about 4 tablespoons, and you just pop that right in your hot pan. I do not turn the burner off. The burner is still going. It is nice and hot from cooking the pasta. Any reserves in there, get her on out. And now I'm gonna go stick, normally, like, I save this because it's the top to when I do my butter, but I'm gonna put that in because before I make any more butter, I always wash it. So I'm gonna put it back there. Alright, let's season our ground beef while the butter's melting. Coarse sea salt. I did apologize Saturday and Sunday. I was apologizing to y'all for not doing my Valentine's Day special bake-a-thon, ground black pepper. And again, I am truly sorry for that. I had such wonderful plans for this weekend, and I was looking forward to it. My family gets to enjoy yummy, delicious, homemade Valentine's Day snacks, and I love baking, and I get to bring y'all along, like y'all are in the kitchen hanging out with me, and also share some of my homemade recipes. Ground turmeric, but I'm a mom first and foremost, and my family will always be top priority and number one to me. They come first. That includes my animals, my fur babies, and so that's what I was dealing with. I had to be there for Tiger. He needed mommy, and mommy was not leaving him. You're gonna take, okay, you're gonna want to use some Badia adobo seasoning. I only have 2 little balls in there, so I'm gonna save this for my sauce and grab another one of these. Sorry, I had to go in my one pantry. So, it's nice and full. Surprised I got that. Normally, when it comes to opening stuff, I have to get my husband, or teenagers have wonderful strength. And mine is strong as can be. And I love that, because they can help their poor little mama out. Alright, so you want some Badia adobo seasoning, and we're just gonna pop that on there. Make sure y'all get the one with pepper. See? With pepper. Okay, next you're gonna come in with some original Creole, and this is for your ground beef. We're not doing the sauce yet. Sauce is next. But my pasta's already done, so we're gonna finish our ground beef and then work on the sauce, and then we'll be eating. Some paprika. Well, okay, while all this is cooking, we're gonna make our salad. And then halfway through, I will pop my bread in, and then we'll be good. Okay, you want garlic powder. I'm gonna have to get some more cloves out and grind that up. Alright, ground sage. I hope that did not just go in my coffee. I really do. Ugh. Yeah. No. oregano? Guess he woke up. I swear he's got like a sixth sense whenever I'm actually doing a video. If I'm not doing a video, he will not wake up. He don't come out. The minute I do a video, he gets up. Alright, so you want oregano? You want Badia? I get Badia Italian seasoning, Mediterranean blend. Surprised I'm even doing a video, to be honest, but like I said, I'm trying to occupy myself and keep my mind, because when I sit here, I just think about Tiger. Onion powder, and I can't cry anymore. So I need to occupy myself. And then you're gonna come in with my Badia all-purpose ranch seasoning. And the worst part is, if that's not bad enough, they're calling for snow this Wednesday. So tomorrow's Tuesday, the next day they're calling for snow. And I don't know how we're supposed to bury him. Cilantro. Because we have to literally, my husband has to build his coffin, and then we have to dig up the ground, which is frozen because we're in winter. It was hard a couple months ago to dig up the ground for Lulu. I don't even know how much harder it's going to be to dig it up now, which scares me. Like, it really does worry me. But we have to get it done, because obviously we cannot just have his poor little body here. He's covered up and everything with his blankie, but I can't do it. So this is what it looks like. Now turn our burner up, and you're gonna break it up, but I need my spoon. Wooden spoon. And you just break it up. Oh, that's great. And I have a mess. I keep cleaning my stove knowing that it's just going to get dirty from cooking, and I can just clean it once I'm done, but with my emotions and everything being how they are from Tiger, my OCD is kicking in worse than it normally is. It's like I'm just going through the stages of grief again. I'm just over it. I don't know how much more my head can take. Okay, now the ground beef is completely done. Not done cooking, but it's done. It can cook on its own. Put my pasta water too. Okay, grab my knife, and I'm going to get started on this. Actually, stick that on over yonder. Get the little pieces. Oh, that just happened. I think I just got shot in the eyeball with coffee grounds. Maybe Boo knocked him down. Okay. Got that peeled. I guess coffee grounds or something. I don't know. I've never in my life had an onion hard to peel like that, ever. Now she's cooking. I'm trying to get as much done before I have to turn on my exhaust fan. That way it's not in y'all's ear. Alright, so half of this onion is going to be caramelized to go into our food, and the other half is going to be for salad. And I have no idea how that happened other than him shutting doors. Like, I don't know, whenever you shut certain doors in our house, it affects other things. It's so weird. I think it's just because the house is poorly built. But regardless, we have a roof over our head, so count your little blessings, count them one by one, count your many blessings and see what God has done. I think that's the only thing that's bringing me comfort is Tiger's not in any pain, he's not suffering. It kills me because he was so young. He was so young. But just acute kidney failure or acute kidney disease. He had no symptoms of it, came out of nowhere, and that's what they said, that you won't see the symptoms until it's seriously progressed, basically until it's too late. And in his case, because he was so young and he was so healthy and so strong, it took forever to see a symptom, and by the time we saw the symptoms, it was too late. Now, he did have, what is it called? The thing with your bladder. I never heard of it prior because I've never had to deal with anything like that in my life, but, what is it? Urinary tract infection. And we had medicine for that. He was on, he had to get a pill, which my husband gave to him. I did not. I don't like pills as it is. I won't take one, so I'm not about to try to force my cat, or any animal, but he did that, and then I administered the liquid drops that you put in their water. You put it in their water, their food, and stuff like that. I can do liquid, I can do drops and stuff like that, but I just couldn't do the, I couldn't do the pill. So he was on that, and we thought he was getting better because he's had the UTI before, and we did the same thing. We gave him medicine, and he got better. So we thought that it was the same thing, but obviously he had more than just a UTI. We did not know. We had no idea about his kidneys, and like I said, his body just shut down, and it was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my freaking life. And this morning was really hard for me because it was the first morning that I didn't have him with me. Normally in the morning my children are sleeping, my husband's at work, and it's just me and my boys. And I have Tiger and Boo Boo, and they're with me when I have my coffee. They're with me when we do our morning scripture reading, and I haven't done, oh, it's been a while since I did a morning scripture reading. I planned on doing it this weekend. I was going to sit down. My husband and children were going to occupy themselves, like play a game together or watch something, and I was going to do all of the scripture readings so I'm completely caught up. But like I said, he took a turn for the worse, and so there was none of that. But normally Tiger and Boo Boo are right with me when I'm doing my morning scripture readings, and they're with me every day, all day long. Even when my husband gets home, they run to Daddy and they'll greet him and they'll lay down with him, and the minute I walk back in the bedroom, nope, they come straight to Mommy. And then once, I leave, then they'll go back and lay with Daddy. But I think that's the hardest part. And then Boo Boo, which was Tiger's brother, is taking it so hard. He literally sat there and watched him with me. Boo Boo wasn't eating, he wasn't sleeping, he just wasn't being himself. Obviously he was heartbroken, and that just made the whole situation even worse. But he's a little better today. He's been laying with Daddy, which is the first time we've been able to get him in our bed since Tiger passed away, and I got him to finally eat. And I gave him some treats and everything. It's just really hard. I know it's got to be hard for my husband, because whenever my husband takes naps, or if he's laying down resting, laying down watching TV, whatever the case is, Tiger is right there with him, laying on his chest. Like, it's really hard. So that's why I haven't been making videos, and that's why I haven't posted any content. And I didn't plan on doing it tonight, I really didn't. But as I'm sitting here washing dishes, as I'm sitting here washing clothes, as I'm sitting here cooking, I literally cannot stop thinking about Tiger, and I cannot get him out of my head. So I'm like, you know what? I am going to turn on the camera, and I'm going to take a video, and I'm going to focus on cooking and not think about it. Obviously, it's not doing that great of a job because I'm still talking about him anyway, but I can't help it. I loved him very much. He was my baby. Okay, friends, so the ground beef is cooking, and I moved the ground beef on one side of my skillet, and I have my onions on the other side caramelizing. Now, to your onions and peppers, you want coarse sea salt, ground turmeric, and then a dash of ground black pepper. That way you can activate the properties in the turmeric. I'm not adding that yet because I want to chop up my peppers first, but just in case y'all aren't adding peppers, y'all can go ahead and do that. Now you're going to want to get a measuring cup And you're going to want to get flour and a whisk because we need to make our roux for our sauce. And I don't know what I'm going to do for supper tomorrow. I wanted to do a turkey tenderloin and mashed potatoes and all that. I haven't ate all weekend, so my stomach is like really hurting really bad. And as much as I don't want to eat, I know I have to. I have to take care of myself. I have children that need me. I have my husband that needs me. And I have other animals that need me too. My husband keeps reminding me of that and saying that, you know, Tiger wouldn't want me to be like this, and I know it's true. It's just how I grieve. I never understood, you know, some people eat their feelings, and I'm the total opposite. I have no appetite when I am upset, when I am sad, when I am depressed. I have no appetite at all. I literally will have to force myself to eat. Otherwise, I won't eat. I'll cook for everybody else. I make sure everybody else eats, but I personally don't. And I'm starting to feel it, like being weak and everything, especially from bawling, like just sobbing all weekend long. So I know I would definitely be able to eat some mashed potatoes, but we have our appointment tomorrow, and then we need to figure out everything that we need to do to get ready for this big snowstorm that's coming in. And I'm so over snow. Whoever's messing with the weather, send snow somewhere else. Like, I'm over it. I'm tired of being snowed in. I'm tired of shoveling. I'm tired of having to dig the animals out and not being able to do anything or go anywhere. Tired of it being cold. And just the mess it makes. Like, you gotta think, snow, okay, you're dragging in wetness from the snow, but just the slop that comes from it, like the mud and everything that's underneath of it, or when it starts to melt, it's a pain in the wazoo. So, I cut these different ways. If it's shaped like this, I just keep the shape of it. I just want to get a couple peppers in here. The rest I'll add to my sauce. Because the sauce gets so hot, it literally just breaks it down. Really good. My husband should be getting all his stuff ready for work tomorrow. I don't know if he is or not, but normally when I'm cooking, if he's awake, he gets a shower and makes sure everything's charging that he needs to charge for tomorrow, like his power bars, his phone, his earbuds, and stuff like that. I take care of his clothes. I wash his clothes, I dry them, I fold them, and I lay his clothes out for work. And typically, I'll lay his clothes out for his shower, too. I enjoy doing that. I'm just trying to also avoid the bedroom. I pretty much have lived in my bedroom. It's odd saying that because obviously people do live in their bedroom. That's where you sleep. But I'm normally not in my bedroom like that. But I basically lived in there all weekend. I had a hard time stepping out. I had a hard time being in the kitchen. I felt guilty leaving him. And also my thing was, what if I come out here and something happens? Like, yes, okay, realistically and logically, my husband would come out and get me. And my husband was back there with him, so he wasn't by himself. But it's the point. If you're a mom, you know. Just because it's my fur baby doesn't mean I can turn off my motherly instinct. It don't work like that. I used to be the same way with my friends. I was always called little mama and the little nurturer because I literally took care of everybody. I was the mom of the group. Like, yeah, I had fun and this and that, but I always made sure everybody else was taken care of. They were safe. They were okay, no matter what. Even when I partied back then. I've just always been a nurturer. Okay, now out of all those peppers, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, only 7 left. And you just want to do them in strips. So the rest I will put in my sauce, which we need to get going. Okay, now, coarse sea salt. Ground turmeric. And some ground black pepper. And bam. Give you a little stir. Push the meat back a little. Not too much. I should have used my 5-quart skillet. But, you know, my brain's not working properly. I have grease brain. It's a miracle I'm even functioning right now. So, it's okay. Alright, take all that and gotta get my seeds. You're thinking like, oh, seeds, why would you throw that away? I'm not throwing it away. It goes in my compost. You would be amazed at all the things that will grow out of your compost. You can have potatoes, onions, like literally carrots, anything. However, I have so many seeds, and that's what I do. Half the seeds go in the compost, the other half I save in my seed bags. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this onion chopped up for a salad. Doing lots of things. Trying to. And that's all we can do. Try one day at a time. I try not to have my onions too thick for a salad. I like them kind of thin. About as thin as I make them when I'm caramelizing them. going to break them up and put them in my one mixing bowl. I had this mixing bowl. I have a good bit of them over there with my loaf pans for baking that I did not do yesterday or today because of what I was dealing with. But I like to use this one for salad because I literally just make one giant full bowl, like mixing bowl of it, and then I scoop everybody's salads into individual bowls. But it ensures that everybody gets as much salad as they want, and there's normally salad left over, so if anybody wants another salad, or my husband, when he snacks, he loves to snack on salad, or he could take it to work. Actually, we're going to chop that because it's kind of big. Which, the teenagers and my husband, they don't mind big clumps of, like that, of onion. It's the younger ones who didn't. So, there's that. Alright, I'm going to put some peppers down here so I have room. Room. Alright, now you're going to want to add some of your pasta water to your stock pot. Oh man, I have no idea where I put my measuring cup. I just had the darn thing too. Oh, I found it. I'm actually going to put this out. Hey, Ruby. Here's Sharon. Here's the glass. Can you step on the TV? Thank you. There. Alright. 2 cup Pyrex measuring cup. Wow, that was really hard. Alright. And my whisk. Stay. Alright, now that the onions and peppers are broken down, you just mix them in with your ground beef. Because the ground beef is almost done, and so are the peppers and onions. Once this gets done, I'll move this, and then I can just caramelize the rest. Or you can add it to your sauce, and the sauce breaks it down too. What's the matter? Princess! You be nice to Pipsqueak. I know, listen. There's plenty of food. Crying out loud, y'all got 3 huge dog bowls outside. Hi! Woo! Why is my coffee handle so scalding hot? Oh, I got cilantro in there. Man, that burnt. Oh, you know it's probably up against my skillet. Way to go there, smarty pants. Oh. Alright, I gotta reposition everything because y'all are propped up on my sugar and my flour, and that's gonna be a problem for me. And I don't like problems. Man, I cannot believe how bad I burnt myself. No. Alright, there we go. Flour. Alright. You're going to want to get you some milk. I gotta start using all my buttermilk too. I have so much of it. But you don't put buttermilk in this. Alright. So you're gonna want about 1 1/4 cup of milk. Why don't we just do that? Bam. That's what the cats are tripping out about. Wish I knew. Okay. Take your flour. Alright, now this is 1 teaspoon. I do not level it. I do heaps. So, 1 heap. 2, 3, 4. Start out with 5 heaps. Don't put your flour away because you're going to want more. And you mix. Did you girls hear that? Okay. Not that. Sounded like a bunch of stuff fell. Okay, friends, you're going to want to mix that really, really good, okay? And then you're going to add about 2 more. So all in all, you want 7 teaspoons. The last 2, I do measure. Like, I'll level out. And that is the base for your roux. Why do I put so much in mine? Because I make so much. So this isn't just for a little thing of sauce. Like, I make a lot. And then any sauce that may get left over, this and that, I can. I have my tasks that pops up that tells me what I need to do, and I've been off of schedule. I don't do well off schedule. I like routines. I like schedules. It's how I thrive. It's how I function. but obviously when it comes to stuff like this, it just doesn't work that way as much as I wish it did. Okay, let me see here. Okay, and I'm using organic unbleached all-purpose flour, just in case y'all are wondering. I do not use bleached. It's very unhealthy for you, but to each their own. Y'all can use whatever kind you want. Obviously, don't use bread flour. If that's all you have, then you need to go borrow flour from somebody. And there you go. It is completely liquefied. Once you pour it into your pot, which has a little bit of your pasta water in it, and your 4 tablespoons of butter, which has 4 tablespoons of my sweet cream butter, it will start to thicken. So you need to keep an eye on it at first. So go ahead and pour that in. Any clumps of flour, if you have it in your measuring cup, leave it in the measuring cup. Do not put that into your pot. And you're going to go ahead and stir that really, really good. Give it a good old stir. Now, once it thickens up, you will alternate between milk and cream. I use both. If you do not have fresh cream, that's okay. You can use heavy cream. That'll be similar. And if you do not have fresh cream and you don't have heavy cream, that's fine. Milk, whole milk, and flour will thicken it up beautifully. Also, if you add a little bit of shredded cheese, that thickens it up too. As it melts, you just keep stirring. It turns into a beautiful cream. That is partially how I make my abuela's Czechoslovakian cheese sauce. It's with a bunch of different shredded cheeses. So like I make my roux, and then I'll add in fresh cream, all the spices and herbs, and then you do all these different cheeses. Like I get block cheese, obviously. You shred it, and it turns into the most scrumdiddlyocious cream. And it's a cream sauce, but the consistency of it is perfection. It's not super thick, it's not runny, it's heaven. Like it tastes so good. And all the different cheeses, because it melted and it got mixed into a cheese sauce, tastes wonderfully with all the herbs and spices that you put in, and you pair that with meat. Now, whenever I make my abuela's Czechoslovakian dish, which actually I have canned. Ta-da! It's my cilantro, my Spanish cilantro lime rice, my canned sweet peas, all different sizes, my caramelized sweet snack and peppers, my caramelized sweet Spanish onions, rice, peas, onions, peppers, and then my chicken, and then you drizzle the cheese sauce over it. There's no cheese sauce in this. I can it separately. But this will be dinner one night. And that helps me dramatically. Especially for days that we just have too much going on. I really wanted to do my turkey tenderloin tomorrow, like I said, but because we have so many appointments, I doubt I'm going to be able to. So tomorrow I'll probably end up heating that up. Okay, I need to go check on your father. Because I think he's in the shower. And if so, it sounded like he just fell. Y'all stay there. Good news is your father did not fall. Bad news is everything in the shower fell. Scared me so bad I ran in there. I'm like, are you okay? I rip open the shower curtain. He screamed. He's like, babe, it's cold. I said, I don't care. It sounded like you fell and cracked your head. He's like, well, I didn't. I said, okay, well, now I gotta go pee. Got me all freaking fired up and scared me that I almost peed myself. Can't do that. My nerves are shot. Alright, we got more coffee. I got my cucumber and my tomato still on the vine. But that's okay because we need to get ready to do our salad. We did the onion for our salad. I have to get my lettuce out of the fridge. We're just trying to do her. Now, keep stirring your mix. I went ahead and added cream, a lot of cream to my pot. That's probably all the cream that I'm going to use because I don't want to use all my cream. Put that over there. Alright, and now let's season up our sauce. Coarse sea salt. Ground turmeric. And no, I never measure out my herbs, spices, or seasonings. I do not. I eyeball it. I haven't measured since I was 10. Ground black pepper. You want about a tablespoon of ground, if you're making a big pot like me, only because the pepper activates the properties in the turmeric, but I also like it for its taste. Poultry seasoning. All poultry seasoning is, in case you don't know, is thyme, sage, what is it, marjoram, rosemary, black pepper, and nutmeg. So I have all those spices. I'll mix them together and I just reuse them. A lot of the herbs and spices from our garden are in my seasoning things. Now, you're going to do adobo seasoning. Since there is only 2 balls, since there's only 2 heaps in here, I'm just going to go ahead and dump that. My new one that we stocked up on is in there. And I gotta bag up my trash to go tonight. I'm going to put in a little bit more. Okay, next you're going to do your original Creole. Then you're going to come in with your paprika. More sage, ground sage. And I promise, my creamy béarnaise sauce, my family loves. Garlic powder. If that man does not stop making sounds like he's fallen, normally I'm in there when he takes a shower. Onion powder. Oregano. Do the big side. You're going to want your burner on medium high, or y'all can do it medium low. I do mine medium high because I'm going to be right here. Next, after your oregano, you do the Italian seasoning Mediterranean blend. If all you have is regular Italian seasoning, that's fine. But this makes my béarnaise sauce and any of my sauces chef's kiss. I mean, it's really good. Cilantro. And then my Badia all-purpose ranch seasoning. And now you mix her all in. Plus you want to mix because of your roux. Now, I turn mine up, like I said, medium high. Sometimes a little bit more than that, because the heat helps thicken your roux. That's what you want. Once that roux is thick, I mean, like, it basically when you lift your whisk up, it's globs. Then you want to turn your heat down to medium low and add in a little bit more milk or cream, and it'll help thinning it out a little. I almost stuck that in my coffee. Lord, what is wrong with me today? Now, eventually, everything gets added to my big stock pot, and you mix it together. So we will add the ground beef in. We will add all that in, and then we'll add the pasta in, and bada bing, bada boom. but you do not add your beef in until your roux is thick. Otherwise, you're just gonna mess it all up. Y'all want a salad, correct? Okay. Forgot to even ask your father, but he's never not wanted a salad. I just don't know because he's not feeling good. However, if you're not feeling good, a salad is really good to eat. Okay. I love getting the cutting boards that have the, oh, what do you call it? It's like a trim around the edge, kind of deep. Y'all can see, like right in here. Because for one, it catches juices, so it doesn't run off your cutting board, which I love, but I put my seeds there. That way they're not in my way, they're not all over the place. So, it works out. And there she goes, the roux bubbled. And you're going to turn her down. Now it's thick. And that is perfecto. So you want to make sure that you mix her on up like turbojet. And then also so it doesn't stick, like you don't want it to stick to the bottom of your pan, obviously. Alright. Beautiful. And that's turned down, so all these are getting added to the sauce. Tastes so good. Alright, you can also do, whatchamacallit, you can add cream cheese to it too. which would be really good. I have added cream cheese, obviously, but it just depends. Actually, I may add some whipped cream cheese. Alright, so you're gonna stir in the milk. Stir it in really good. And you want to keep about this much reserved. Plus it's perfect. I just go like this whenever I'm done because it cleans my whisk, and anything that comes off the whisk will already be in the milk. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. Alright, this is going to be the last pepper that I put in. I have four that I didn't do, which normally I would take the time just to go ahead and put them in, but I want an early night tonight. I really do. My husband's getting his shower now. Teenagers took their shower earlier, and the littles will be after we eat. And then it's jammies, brush your teeth, and bed. Because this has been a very exhausting, taxing weekend. Plus morning for me. And then we need to get up super early for them to be able to start school way earlier than normal. That way we can get it done and over with, and we'll be able to get it done before my appointment. So in this bowl is a whole half of my sweet Spanish onion, and we're gonna go ahead and get the cucumber ready. Put those aside. So you just want to get your peeler and long strides. Do not throw your scraps away. Compost them or feed them to your chickens or goats. And then this is just the part where my thumb was watching. Bam, bada bing, bada boom. And I will put these in the compost for right now.